Guys, welcome to the channel of love. Happy 12th of July. It is 10:01. We seem to like that number at the moment. Okay, the tens. The tens? The tens. Hold on, let me just get these little specks off of the table. We're going to use the Psychic Tarot today. Okay, we can have that card. I feel like I just want to straighten the laptop up. What's going on here then? Let's look at the bottom of the deck. Stand your ground. The energy of standing on top of the world was here, but I'm not sure if you're looking at the world. So it took me to the energy of like rising up. Someone definitely taking back their strength today. Okay, so if they're taking back their strength, they're not what? But they're having to focus on being strong. Okay, so there's this energy here of taking on the world. Unless he's practicing his dance moves. Okay, let's have a look. The energy is a bit of fame. I'm gonna live forever. I'm gonna learn how to fly high. He's not doing like the star jump though, but he's... Where are we going to put you? Here, on top of the world. Okay, bring these cards a bit closer to me. Come a bit closer. So there's the energy of getting closer and closer. Feeling strong enough to regain your power. Okay. He's going to learn how to fly high. Let's have a look at these cards. We have, a triumphant success. So this is somebody who is resurrecting from the ground. I felt the earth energy here that he was standing on. Okay, let's do these so you can see them as we... Let's see. I just want to have a look. So we're entering into enlightenment here, because I feel like this here is this lighter edge, and we're kind of entering into this looks like purple haze. We're entering into, but this is spirit. Okay. There is the energy, when I spoke about like purple haze, I was taken to like weed. And this person may have been smoking. Do I want to say smoking? Well, it does look cloudy a bit. Smoking weed. And it's kind of giving him some inspiration. Okay. The natural herb has had an effect on you. That's what I'm feeling, some kind of natural remedy. Triumphant success. So, have you found the key? Urban Cookie Collective. Unless you're having some brownies and cookies. Okay. I've got the key. I've got the secret. I've got the key to another way. intuition, or whatever it is that you've tapped into, that you've sourced, it's something natural. It's helping you to, tap into the Akashic records, apparently. So if every story is kind of logged within the Akashic record, it's just the same as this is one of those stories that we've unlocked. Okay. Seeing into a different dimension. It's a major arcana, so this is a major realization here. And the Ace of Swords is an opportunity. And it's a divine opportunity. Okay. Oh, the back was hurting then. Well, it can be used in all forms. All forms. Especially to help with ailments. Should we say that? Ow. Right, let's budge this up a little bit. The universe. Something's out of this world. There's this connection here with source and spirits, the universe, and finding it. Okay. Buddy, come back up here, on top of the world. Feeling on top of the world. I just said come back, so it might be something that has been tried before. It could be about allowing it to, I was going to say heighten you, but it was like enlighten you. And then we have material and spiritual prosperity. Interesting. Because now we have a masculine who's grounded. Balanced here. Feel this very calm. This masculine, he's tapping into his senses. Because I can hear the water, I can hear the wind blowing. Feel the breeze on your face, and it's just a very nice, still energy here. So looking at the world with different eyes, okay, feels like a different state of being. Okay, next is destiny. Are you seeing things? Okay, there's 7 feminines on here. Well, I wanted to sing like, 8 days a week. Is that a song? 8 days a week. 8 days a week. 8 days. Okay, 8 days a week. I felt like actually somebody kind of like had a break and kind of was in holiday mode. And this may have happened during the break. 8 days a week. But there's 9 here. Look, I can actually see 9 figures. There's 2 faces down here. A days a week. It feels like it might have been a week. This could have been someone going away. Like, I'm not saying that. I feel like it's some kind of natural herb, remedy, drink, infusion. It was like you've had a week to chill out and some enlightenment come, but destiny. Oh, card number 10. Okay. Discontent and boredom. So I'm feeling like this may have been taken as a relaxant to kind of, I don't want to say pass the time, but I'm feeling rather than you focusing on the fairy tale and the castle here, where's your palace? Whereabouts is it that you're residing? You look in quite a dark room here. The 8 of Cups is the void energy. But it's like then all of a sudden, like you're tapped into your senses and you've got this rainbow by your feet here, some kind of guidance. Feeling the energy of an hallucinogenic coming through. Okay. Hope. Is this what it, this is a spark. Look what's inside there. This energy of you being all lit up. Birdies are chatting out there. It's taking me to this energy. The star energy. Fame! I'm gonna live forever. And harmony with the lovers. But very much the Divine Masculine's heart here is, look, you can see, it's burning up for your love. It's a bit dreamy here. Hope. Look at this connection. There's two people praying here with one. They're one-handedly praying with each other. It's very interesting energy here. I don't feel drawn to read the cards either. Not these ones. Okay. So where do we go now? We're going to Rumi. Straight away to Rumi. Just look at the divine energy that's here in this top row. And just around it, it's all over. it's all over. It's all over. And this is the energy of somebody who's given up hope. But then it seems to be regained. Look, he's looking at it here, the sun. And I feel like it's getting closer. Now, the energy here, I said, of taking back your power. And the energy's all over. But it does feel like there's this purple mist, this purple haze. It's a very mystical energy here surrounding the destiny in here. Rumi. Look, the colourings are perfect. It's like that this could be the world card or the destiny card. You fill in the blank. But let's ask Rumi to fill in the blank. Because there's a daziness here, isn't there? Okay. Being quite chilled and in this daze. There's how many cards? We've got 2 cards. I feel like life has slowed down. And if you haven't been doing this, like taking any kind of herbal remedies, you're feeling in the state of disillusion wants to come up. It's a very much a hazy daisy energy. It's a hazy daisy day. Is it? Oh, it's a hazy daisy day. Okay then. Celestial Rose of Ma. Oh, it's card number 10. And I picked up on that number as soon as I turned the camera on. 1001. I said, we're liking that number at the moment. Let's just put these cards together. Now that I've covered up her face here inside the universe, you can kind of see the similarity of the... Okay. Let's read this card. Card number 10. It comes after the impossible made possible. Number 10. Number 10? Okay. Celestial Rose of Ma. The taste of bitterness becomes sweetness in love. The searching in the dark finds the light of faith revealed in love. Love transforms thistles into jasmine. Love layers heaven and gifts us with wings to soar into its mystery. Love transforms our every thought into a desire of the heart. O love, how divine is your luring. Beauty flows from your unseen face. Interesting, just covered up her face. Beauty flows from your unseen face. Your very nature is radiant with joy. You manifest vibrant hues in every flower. Your touch dazzles all creation. Every particle is attracted toward you, longing to unite and dwell in you. These flowers here. See if I can stand this up here. The Divine Mother offers me her rose. How rich that gift may be. I tear my flesh on its thorns and my blood flows. I curse myself for carelessness, and yet in my desire to grasp this gift, it happens again and again. Then I realise such is its scent, its beauty. How can I be tentative in my approach? My senses are drenched in beauty, and I long to inhale the exquisite perfume, to reach for the velvet dew of the petals, soft and delicate, under my touch. Perhaps I will be scraped and I will bleed, yet that is not enough to deter me, to prevent me from accepting this gift. The magnificence of the bloom renders the struggle to enjoy it as a worthy, noble, essential pursuit. Of course, I understand something so precious must be protected. It must be allowed to live, more than this, to thrive. So those thorns are hooks that allow for growth, for those that would bear the pain of the ascent to the rose's blooming heart. And those thorns are barbs that keep away those that would consume the creation without appreciating its worth and beauty. Yes, those thorns serve purpose. I cannot begrudge them, for I love the rose, and so I love what is necessary for her to be. So I love the thorns too. Okay, next. Blessing of Al-Hakim. Number 40. Blessing of Al-Hakim. Sow your cleverness, and buy bewilderment. Cleverness is opinion, bewilderment is vision. Rumi. The gift of wisdom, the blessing of Al-Hakim, gurgles up from your heart. Her blessing is evoked by life, like the laughter of a babe, joyfully responding to a playful tickle of the mother's hand. Wisdom can make divine sense of anything, especially of that where logic is blinded. How I rever the blessing of Al-Hakim, of wisdom, for she is precious and welcome to me now and always, the dear friend who brings me such peace. A blessing of divine wisdom of Al-Hakim is being ministered to your soul, watched over by Rumi himself. This is soul medicine. It is a spiritual gift of healing, prophecy, insight, and the capacity to surrender any impatient claim for what you cannot yet have. As you receive this gift, this blessing which happens at a soul level, your attitude to life becomes more curious, open, still, and receptive. You no longer have to drive the unfoldment of your desires into form. You rest in assurance that your daily application and effort is enough, and so is your surrender. Mental anguish is soothed, and you are able to accept the unfathomable nature of divinity in its expression of itself as life. You become comfortable with the reality that the price of being closer to the divine is the giving up of your need to always understand. From this place of increasing stillness, great activity will flow. You shall become capable of being the surrendered vessel to the guiding divine hand, and truly great contributions to the human soul evolving can occur through you. So much will simply emerge, erupt, pulsate, and emanate out of you, and you will feel within as though you are doing nothing at all, even whilst so much is happening through you. Such holy paradox shall become your daily experience. You may feel unexpectedly, perhaps, that in some ways your vision for your life and purpose, your divine passion, is clearer than ever before, and in other ways completely unknown to you, a discovery yet to be made. That is as it should be. Wisdom bestows upon us the same capacity to work with the opportunities that are right before us, to release situations and circumstances that have passed, and to allow the future to take its shape according to the ineffable timing of life itself. This oracle comes with special guidance for you. If you are uncertain about an issue in your life, be at peace. There is divine healing that can occur most readily in the unknowing. Follow the sacred honouring ritual and know that all is indeed well, beloved soul. Perhaps you are journeying very deep indeed, and your allegiance to your intellectual mind is softening in favour of allegiance to your heart knowing. You may find yourself craving different company with different interests, or finding the world of opinions and debate rather less to your liking, and the worlds of creative expression more nurturing and nourishing to your essence. If this is the case, this oracle comes as confirmation to trust in the changes you feel within in any and all ways, no matter how insignificant or dramatic they may seem. Know that they are seedlings of a new way that shall grow from one step into an entirely new and more sacred orientation in your life. You will not necessarily have any idea how that will happen or what it will look like. This matters not. The acorn becomes the oak because that is its innate destiny. It happens without any active participation, apart from a willingness to grow through life. So it is with the precious blooming now happening within your soul. To know less can bring the greatest gift and blessing of all, to be able to love and therefore live more freely. This oracle also comes with special guidance to bring you peace. Look to the old ways, to the ancient wisdom teachings that run as one vein of life-giving love through all traditions. The old wisdoms teach of cycles of timing, of letting go, to allow for new life to happen, and of the greater intelligence and scheme of life to which we must surrender if we are ever to know even a moment's peace. The fire in your belly is a beautiful aspect of you. Just let it be the breath that swells around and through the heart that ignites it, not the passing huffing and puffing of the impatient mind. For when the fire in the belly is fanned by the breath of the heart, you shall have peace and dynamic movement, restful stillness and soul-inspired action, all at once. You shall become one with the living holy paradox, and the healing power of your love shall know no bounds. Woo! What a reading. The sacred honouring ritual. Say aloud, I call on the divine presence that loves me unconditionally, and I surrender into your wisdom. Bless me now with the ability to accept your grace, your bounty, and your gift of my life in all its mystery. Help me learn and grow, that I may realise the love that lies within all, including my own being. May I dwell in the loving mystery of sacred compassion. I call upon the wisdom of the ancient ones, those who love me unconditionally and know truth. May your power and knowledge calm my mind and ignite my spirit, so that I may be one with love, empowered in peace and purpose. So be it. Rest. You have completed your sacred honouring ritual. Okay. Let's have a look and see what archangel animal is with you. I'm not really sure what else we can add to this message. Okay. You have the tiger, the eye of the tiger. It says, accept your magnificence, Archangel Raphael. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, let's see. Rising up. Okay. We are rising up here. Tiger. Tigers come from Orion and carry much wisdom in their auras. Let's have a look at this tiger a bit more closely. See what you can see going on. They are powerful beings spiritually as well as physically and are extremely psychic. Their sole mission is to watch over and guard the planet from lower energies approaching us. Look at this here. Let me just put these cards to the side. Is that new beginnings there? Who else is on top of the world? Well, it looks like it's the feminine, look. There's very much this protective energy, look, that's over the lovers. It's like the feminine has the masculine in here, and the masculine has the feminine. Wow, he wants to have the feminine. Protect her. Tigers come from Orion and carry much wisdom in their auras. They are powerful beings, spiritually as well as physically, and they are extremely psychic. Their sole mission is to watch over and guard the planet from lower energies approaching us. Their roars not only alert other creations, okay. Their roars not only alert other creatures to their boundaries, but send a warning out into space. They raise the frequency of the area. Wow. Your guidance. This card comes to remind you that you are a unique and magnificent person, so accept this. It asks you to tune psychically into a situation or relationship that is troubling you. Trust your inner knowing to present you with the answers you are seeking. Then listen to your wisdom, as this will reveal to you how to handle the person or circumstance for the highest good of all. Tiger energy tells you to be prepared to act decisively with strength and power. However, you may not even need to take action, because when you have a tiger in your energy, however, you may not even need to take action, because when you have a tiger in your energy field, other people sense it and respond with respect. The Tiger card also advises you to expand your horizons, develop something new in your life which you can learn to enjoy. Let's put you down there. Let's put you down. We're going to put you down, Tiger. We're putting you. Have a rest. We go to the angels and ancestors. Drum, dream and journey. Journey inwards to uncover insights and information that will be important for your path. Then follow the guidance. In shamanic traditions in all four corners of the world, the drum is recognised as the main tool used by medicine men and women to direct their will and aid meditation. A drum beat can become hypnotic and send those listening into an altered state that can allow them to journey to the spiritual realms and meet their guides. So there's lots of ways that you can that you will discover and find. If you look to the ancient ways, you'll see how they took themselves into this kind of hypnotic state so they can commune with spirit. So when the drum card appears, right, let's just go back a little. I'm going to reread this part. In shamanic traditions, in all four corners of the world, the drum is recognised as the main tool used by medicine men and women to direct their will and aid meditation. A drum beat can become hypnotic and send those listening into an altered state that can allow them to journey to the spiritual realms and meet their guides. When the drum card appears in a reading, there are opportunities for you to dream or to bring an inner vision into reality. The extended message. You are very connected to the other worlds at this time. The wisdom and intelligence of the earth and her magic surround you. It's just always coming back to this universe card here. The world card. Or universe. The drum, which echoes the sound of Mother Earth's heartbeat, has cleared the cobwebs and dust from your inner vision. What you have seen in your dreams and inner vision is not imagination, but guidance, particularly if it has been occurring to you repeatedly and has the potential to become reality. Dreams come true. Know it and live it. Oh, I just had the urge to yawn and stretch as far as I can up to the top of the world. Okay. So it's very much about, I want to say, obtaining a higher state of consciousness here. We shall go to the journey of love, and I feel this is where we will be leaving this Monday message. Okay, let's see what card. Let me just have some coffee first. Let's have a look and see how this story comes in with the journey of love, as my ears just change to a different frequency. Let's have a look. Across the waters. Card number 23. You are being called across the waters as if crossing a bridge of light from one ocean to a far greater one. These waters are your emotional waters, holding your feelings, your attitudes, your expectations, and your fears and doubts, as well as your hopes and dreams. It can seem like such a lot to navigate. Sometimes our waters feel overcrowded, as if swarms of people were descending into the ocean on a sweltering hot day. Hardly finding a space in the water to cool ourselves, we can feel as though there is just no room for faith, trust, peace, and love. There is just too much happening in that water. We yearn for the cool, calm mountain lake, serene, giving, echoing a gentle dispensation of grace. You are being called across the waters, out from an overcrowded sea, into the cool spaciousness of the endless lake. Just takes me to this card here. We yearn for the cool, calm mountain lake, serene, giving, echoing a gentle dispensation of grace. You are being called across the waters, out from an overcrowded sea, into the cool spaciousness of the endless lake. So it's time to let go of some mental clutter, some attitudes, some thoughts. Ask for help and bathe yourself in green and gold rays of healing colour. Just imagine them cascading down around you and through you like a waterfall. It's a bit like you're moving to a new neighbourhood in a cleaner and more spacious town. It might be a bit unfamiliar at first, but soon enough you'll enjoy the difference. This oracle brings you a message. It is your time to think about something in a different light. Soon you will have a shift in perspective, and the feeling of overwhelm, stress, and just too much going on will be replaced with serene trust and peacefulness. Know that beneath even the most chaotic mind is a place of deep, quiet serenity within. Do whatever helps you dive deep to find it. Dance, take some rest, meditate, do yoga, write, paint, make love, make music. In that quiet serenity within, you'll be leaving unnecessary chaos behind, and you'll be presented with the gift of a new way forward. Inhaling the soft scent of promised taste, the nectar moist upon my lips, I savour each sip across my tongue, dwelling in the moment's pleasure. Warm and sweet, bathed in tingling thirst, I find myself wanting you, wanting more. Woo! Sounds like some good medicine you're taking there. Okay. Well, let's leave it there then. And I will catch up with you guys soon. So, until then, actually, okay, you guys are leaving me now. I'll catch up with you guys soon. Until then, take care. Much love. Bye for now. Any guys that want to stay on, I'm actually going to read some of The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari. Let me just clear away some cards here. We have a bit of room. Okay. What's Mr. Doggy barking about? So on chapter 10, and the chapter is the power of discipline, which actually came in perfectly after the last reading I done and then went on to read. Okay. I'm just going to recap the last paragraph. Believe it or not, developing the power of your will can erase the worry habit, keep you healthy, and give you far more energy than you have ever had. You see, John's self-control is really nothing more than mind control. Will is the king of mental powers. When you master your mind, you master your life. Mental mastery starts with being able to control every thought that you think. When you have developed the ability to discard all weak thoughts and focus only on those that are positive and good actions will follow. Soon you will start attracting all that is positive and good into your life. Here's an example. Let's say one of your personal development goals is to get up every morning at 6 a.m. and go for a run around that park behind your place. Let's pretend it is now the middle of winter and your alarm wakes you from a deep, restful sleep. Your first impulse is to hit the snooze button and return to your slumber. Perhaps you will live up to your exercise resolution tomorrow. This pattern continues for a few days until you decide that you are too old to change your ways and the physical fitness goal was too unrealistic. You know me too well, I offered sincerely. Now let's consider an alternative scenario. If it is still the dead of winter, it is still the dead of winter. The alarm goes off and you start to think of staying in bed. But instead of being a slave to your habits, you challenge them with more powerful thoughts. You start to picture in your mind's eye how you will look, feel, and act when you are in peak physical shape. You hear the many compliments your colleagues at the office offer you as you saunter past them with a svelte, trim physique. You focus on all that you can accomplish with the increased energy of regular exercise will bring. No more nights spent in front of the television because you are too tired to do anything else after your long day in court. Your days are filled with vitality, enthusiasm, and meaning. But say I do this and I still feel like going back to sleep rather than going running. Initially, for the first few days, it will be a little difficult and you will feel like going back to your old habits. But Yogi Raman believed very strongly in one timeless principle in particular: positive always overcomes negative. So if you continue to wage war against the weaker thoughts that might have silently crept into the palace of your mind over the years, eventually they will see that they are unwanted and leave like visitors who know they are not welcome. You mean to tell me that thoughts are physical things? Yes, and they are fully in your control. It is just as easy to think positive thoughts as it is to think negative ones. Then why do so many people worry and focus on all the negative information in our world? Because they have not learned the art of self-control and disciplined thinking. Most people I have spoken to have no idea that they have the power to control every single thought they think every second of every minute of every day. They believe that thoughts just happen and have never realised that if you don't take the time to start controlling your thoughts, they will control you. When you start to, excuse me, when you start to focus on good thoughts only and refuse to think the bad ones through sheer willpower, I promise you they will shrivel up very quickly. So if I want to have the inner strength to get up earlier, eat less, read more, worry less, be more patient, or be more loving, all I have to do is exert my will to cleanse my thoughts. When you control your thoughts, you control your mind. When you control your mind, you control your life. And once you reach the stage of being in total control of your life, you become the master of your destiny. I needed to hear this. Through the course of this strange yet inspiring evening, I had gone from being a skeptical litigator, carefully studying a hotshot lawyer turned yogi, to a believer whose eyes had been opened for the first time in many years. I wish Jenny could hear all this, Actually, I wish my kids could hear this wisdom too. I knew it would affect them as it had me. I had always planned on being a better family man and living more fully, but I always found that I was too busy putting out all those little brush fires of life that seemed so pressing. Maybe this was a weakness, a lack of self control, an inability to see the forest for the trees, perhaps. Life was passing by so quickly. It seemed like just yesterday that I was a young law student full of energy and enthusiasm. I dreamed of becoming a political leader or even a Supreme Court judge back then. But as time went by, I settled into a routine. Even as a cocky litigator, Julian used to tell me that complacency kills. The more I thought about it, the more I realised that I had lost my hunger. This wasn't a hunger for a bigger house or a faster car. This was a deep hunger, a far deeper hunger, a hunger for living with more meaning, with more festivity and more satisfaction. I started to daydream while Julian continued to talk, obvious to what he was saying now. Sorry, oblivious to what he was saying now. He was now saying, I saw myself first as a 50-year-old and then as a 60-year-old man. Would I be stuck in the same job with the same people, facing the same struggles at that point of my life? I dreaded that. I had always wanted to contribute to the world in some way, and I sure wasn't doing it now. I think it was at that moment, with Julian sitting next to me on my living room floor on that sticky July night, that I changed. The Japanese call it satori, meaning instant awakening, and that's exactly what it was. I resolved to fulfill my dreams and make my life far more than it had ever been. That was my first taste of real freedom, the freedom that comes when you decide once and for all to take charge of your life and all its constituent elements. I will give you a formula. Sorry, guys, let me just have a drink. I feel quite congested here. Oh, excuse me. And I think they've managed to bring it in wonderfully with the reading. Well done, well done. I will give you a formula for developing willpower, said Julian, who had no idea of the inner transformation I had just experienced. Wisdom without proper tools for its application is no wisdom at all. He continued, every day, while you are walking to work, I would like you to repeat a few simple words. Is this one of those mantras you told me about earlier? I asked. Yes, it is. It is one that has been in existence for over 5,000 years, although only the small band of Savanan monks have known about it. Yogi Raman told me that by its repetition, I would develop self-control and an indomitable will within a short period of time. Remember, words are great influencers. Words are the verbal embodiment of power. By filling your mind with words of hope, you become hopeful. By filling your mind with words of kindness, you become kind. By filling your mind with thoughts of courage, you become courageous. Words have power, Julian observed. Okay, I'm all ears. This is the mantra I suggest you repeat at least 30 times a day. I am more than I appear to be. All the world's strength and power rests inside of me. I am more than I appear to be. All the world's strength and power rests inside of me. I am more than I appear to be. All the world's strength and power rests inside me. It will manifest profound changes in your life. For even quicker results, blend this mantra with the practice of creative envisioning I spoke of earlier. For example, go to a quiet place. Sit with your eyes closed. Do not let your mind wander. Keep your body still, as the surest sign of a weak mind is a body that cannot rest. Now repeat the mantra aloud over and over again. I am more than I appear to be. All the world's strength and power rests inside me. While you do so, see yourself as a disciplined, firm person, fully in control of your mind, your body, and your spirit. Picture yourself acting as Gandhi or Mother Teresa might act in a challenging situation. Startling results will surely come your way, he promised. That's it? I asked, astonished by the apparent simplicity of this formula. I can tap the full reserves of my willpower through this simple exercise. This technique has been taught by the spiritual teachers of the East for centuries. It is still around today for one reason, because it works. As always, judge by results. If you are interested, there are a couple of other exercises I can offer you to liberate your strength of will and cultivate inner discipline. But let me warn you that they might seem strange at first. Hey, Julian, I'm absolutely fascinated by what I've been hearing. You're on a roll, so don't stop now. Okay, the first thing is to start doing the things you don't like doing. For you, it might be as simple as making your bed in the morning or walking rather than driving to work. By getting into the habit of exerting your will, you will cease to be a slave to your weaker impulses. Use it or lose it. Exactly. To build willpower and inner strength, you must first use it. The more you exert and nurture the embryo of self-discipline, the more quickly it will mature and give you the results you desire. The second exercise is a favourite of Yogi Raman's. He used to go an entire day without speaking, except in response to a direct question, kind of like a vow of silence. Actually, that's exactly what it was, John. The Tibetan monks who popularized this practice believed that to hold one's tongue for an extended period of time would have the effect of enhancing one's discipline. But how? Basically, by keeping silent for a day, you are conditioning your will to do as you command it to do. Each time the urge to speak arises, you actively curb this impulse and remain quiet. You see, your will does have a mind of its own. It waits for you to give it instructions that will spur it into action. The more control you exert over it, the more powerful it will become. The problem is that most people don't use their willpower. Why is that? I asked. Probably because most people believe they don't have any. They blame everyone and everything except themselves for this apparent weakness. Those who have a vicious temper will tell you, I can't help it, my father was the same way. Those who worry too much will tell you, it's not my fault, my job is too stressful. Those who sleep too much will say, what can I do? My body needs 10 hours of sleep a night. Some people lack the self-responsibility that comes through knowing the extraordinary potential that lies deep within every one of us, waiting to be inspired into action. When you come to know the timeless laws of nature, those that govern the operation of this universe and all that lives within it, you will also know that it is your birthright to be all that you can be. You have the power to be more than your environment. Similarly, you have the capacity to be more than a prisoner of your past. To do this, you must become the master of your will. Sounds heavy. Really, it's a very practical concept. Imagine what you could do if you doubled or tripled the amount of willpower that you currently have. You could get into that exercise regime and you have dreamed of started. Okay, let's go. Exercise regime. You have dreams of starting. You could be far more efficient with your time. You could erase the worry habits once and for all, or you could be the ideal husband. Using your will allows you to rekindle the drive and energy for living that you seem to be saying you've lost. It is very important. It is a very important area to focus on. Okay, I want to cap up. We're really near the end now. We can do this. We can push through. Okay, so the bottom line is to start using my willpower on a regular basis. Yes, decide to do the things you know you should be doing rather than walking the path of least resistance. Start to fight the graduational force of your bad habits and weaker impulses, just as a rocket rises above the force of gravity to enter the realm of the heavens. Push yourself. Just watch what will happen in a matter of weeks. And the mantra will help. Yes, repeating the mantra I gave you, along with the daily practice of seeing yourself as you hope to be, will give you an enormous amount of support as you create the disciplined, principled life that will connect you to your dreams. And you need not change your world in a day. Start off small. The 1,000-mile journey begins by taking the first step. We grow great by degrees. Even training yourself to get up an hour earlier and sticking to this wonderful habit will boost your self-confidence, inspiring you to reach higher heights. I don't see the connection, I admitted. Small victories lead to large victories. You must build on the small to achieve the great. By following through on a resolution as simply as getting up earlier every day, you will feel the pleasure and gratification that achievement brings. You have set a goal and you have realised it. That feels good. This feels good. The trick is to keep setting the mark higher and raising your standards continuously. This will then release that magical quality of momentum that will motivate you to keep exploring your infinite potential. Do you like to ski? Julian questioned abruptly. I love skiing, I replied. Jenny and I take the kids up to the mountains whenever we can, which isn't very often, much to her dismay. Okay, just think of what it's like when you push off from the top of the ski hill. At first, you start off slowly, but within a minute, you are flying down the hill like there's no tomorrow, right? Just call me Ninja Skier. I love the rush of speed. What gets you going so fast? Oh my goodness, how can I say this? My aerodynamical, contoured physique, I quipped. Nice try, Julian laughed. Momentum is the answer I'm looking for. Momentum is also the secret ingredient to building self-discipline. Like I said, you start off small, whether that means getting up a little earlier, starting to walk around the block every night, or even just training yourself to turn off the television when you know you have had enough. These small victories create the momentum that excites you to take larger steps along the path to your higher self. Soon you are doing things that you never knew you were capable of doing with vigor and energy that you never thought you had. It's a delightful process, John, it really is. And the pink wire cable in Yogi Raman's magical fable will always remind you of the power of your will. Just as Julian finished revealing his thoughts on the subject of discipline, I noticed the first rays of the sun peeking into the living room, pushing away the darkness like a child pushes away an unwanted bed cover. This would be a great day, I thought, the first day of the rest of my life. That's chapter 10. Okay, chapter 10, action summary. Julian's wisdom in a nutshell. The symbol is the wire here, the coiled wire. The virtue, live with discipline. The wisdom, discipline is built by consistently performing small acts of courage. The more you nurture the embryo of self-discipline, the more it will mature. Willpower is the essential virtue of a fully actualized life. Okay, the techniques, mantras, creative envisioning, and the vow of silence. Quotable quote, Wage war against the weaker thoughts that have crept into the palace of your mind. They will see that they are unwanted and leave like unwelcome visitors. Okay, chapter 11's next, your most precious commodity. Well arranged time is the surest mark of a well arranged mind. Sir Isaac Pitman. Okay, guys, let's leave it there. Thank you for joining me, and I will catch up with you guys soon. Until then, take care. Much love. Bye for now.